Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Mike Tech back again with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at XOD, also called XOD, which is a graphical programming software which can be used to program a whole bunch of different types of microcontrollers, from Ardrino Megas, Ardrino Unos, any other type of Ardrino or any other type of microcontroller that you could possibly think of. As long as it is supported by the software, it will program it. And today we're just going to be doing a real basic blinky light project. So let's get started. So first things first, if you want to program using XOD, you got to get XOD. So where do you get it? Simple. Head over to your internet browser, type in XOD into the search box. First thing you're going to see is XOD. You're going to see .io. That's the actual URL for this website. You want to go ahead and just click on it. There's two different versions. There's a version that launches inside your internet browser. I've never used that, so I can't tell you how good it is, whether it works, whether it doesn't work. I have no idea. But the version that I have used though is the desktop version. So we're just gonna go ahead and click on the desktop download button here. It's gonna take you to the download page. It'll take a little while. And it's gonna start downloading, which I'm going to cancel because I don't need to download this because I already have it. And it doesn't want to cancel for some reason. Cancel. No, doesn't want to cancel? Whatever. Oh, there we go. Now I canceled. Alright, so after you downloaded XOD and you installed it, you might also be required to set up a user account. If they do ask you to set up one, set it up. It's worth it. It's a good piece of software. It's easy to use, so just set it up. After you set it up, you probably won't be asked to log back in. So it's only like a one-time thing, so don't worry about anything like that. They're probably telling you, they're probably taking your information and selling it to some random person in a different country. I'm just playing. You never know though. But after you download the XOD software, the next thing you want to do is find a microcontroller that is supported. For us, we're going to be using the Ardrino Uno, which you see here on the table right here. And you can see the little blinky light. I already programmed it. So I'm just going to go over it again, how to really program, how to make everything work. But that's what we're going to be using, an Ardrino Uno and a RGB LED. It doesn't matter what type of LED you use. It does not have to be RGB LED. It does not have to be that. It can be a regular LED. It can be a blue one, a pink one, a red one, a white one, any color. Doesn't matter. Just get an LED, hook it up to the Arduino. The pins that we're going to be using is pin 11. You don't have to use pin 11. You can use any pin. We're going to use pin 11 because I also want to do waves, which is going to require that pin putting out either a square wave or a sine wave or a triangle wave. A lot of the other pins on the Arduino can't put out a wave form. Some of them can, some of them can't. So you do have to look at where it should be like a little squiggly line. It should look like a sine wave next to the pin number. If it has that squiggly line next to the pin number, then it's capable of putting out a wave form, which is good because that will allow you to dim the LED or raise the LED in brightness slowly. So there we go. So now you know what pin we're going to be using. Ignore the rest of these wires because this is an RGB LED. But you know what pin we're going to be using, and you have the software downloaded. The driver should automatically be installed when you download the software. When you download the software, the driver should automatically be installed for the Arduino Uno. If it's not, get the Arduino Uno IDE and use that drivers, and it should just work magically. So yeah. But let's head over to the desktop. Alright, so you got XOD loaded up. You can see I have a couple nodes on my screen here. So I have the square wave node, I have the LED node, and we also have a fade node that we're going to be using later on. Well, first things first, let's just work on this LED node. So where do you find the LED? Well, it's pretty simple. You want to come down to where it says common hardware, which for me is right here. Alright, so it's going to say common hardware. And it's going to say LED. You want to click on it and drag it over. We already did that. It's right here. Now, once you drag over the common LED node from the common hardware, it's going to have This box probably won't be over here on the right hand side. It will probably be all on the left hand side. I moved mine over to make it easier for you guys to see. But at the top you see port, at the bottom you see lumens, which is luminosity, which is how bright the LED is going to be. We're going to be using that later on. Act, which is true, and then done, which is a post. So if you want to send a post to another command telling it that, hey, the LED came on, you use the done output down here. We're not going to worry about any of that stuff because it's not important to make an LED blink. We'll get to that later in a different video. But for right now, let's just focus on port and luminosity. So the port that we're going to be using, like I said, is going to be port 11. It's simple. You just click on it, type in port 11, which we already did, and that's it. Press enter once you're done. Now, luminosity, we're going to keep this at 0 for now, and then we're just going to go ahead and program it. I'm going to show you what happens when it's kept at 0. Alright? So it's programming. By the way, this is a drop down box. You can select any Ardrino you're using or any microcontroller. The port should automatically be selected, and debug is for debugging, which we're not going to use now because we don't have to debug this. We can just look at it and see if it's working or not. It should be doing its thing. It should be programming. You see a whole bunch of lights blinking, and hopefully in a couple minutes the LED is not going to turn on. And why is that? Why? I don't know. Well, let's take a look at the program here. And you see where it says luminosity, where my mouse is. You can see it says 0 there. Why is there 0 there? If it's kept at 0, it won't turn the LED on. That is basically 0 meaning off. If you change it to a 1, which we are going to do now, and we are going to go back and re-upload this program again, and we're going to show you the difference. If you change it to a 1 and it uploads, the LED should turn on, but you gotta give it a second. Let's wait for this to load first. So it's doing its thing, the lights are blinking, and you can see that the LED is now on, and it's a blue one. Nice. So now we know how to turn it on and off. But how do you make it blink, right? You want a blinking LED. That's the point of this project. That's why I call it a blinky LED project. So we're gonna change this back to a 0, or you could just keep it the same, but for simplicity and just to make it easier for you to understand, we're gonna change it back to a 0, and we're gonna select a wave. So we're gonna get rid of this common hardware, and we're gonna scroll down to where it says wave. And there are several different types. There are triangle, there's a square, there's a sine, there's a saw wave, and then there's several other types of waves in here too. Several other nodes that you can use. So what we are going to do is we are going to select the square wave, which I already have selected, and we are going to take the output of this square wave and put it not into port, but put it into a luminosity. And then we're going to go ahead and reprogram this again, upload it, it is uploading. Fast forward to this part. Lights are blinking, and now we have a blinking LED. Hopefully you can see that blue blinking LED. Now the reason why that worked is because obviously it's a square wave, so it goes up, over, back down again, down, across, up again, over, and it keeps doing that over and over and over again. So that is where the blinking part comes from. That's how it blinks. It's a square wave. If you want to make that square wave fade in and out, a whole bunch of ways for you how you can do that. One way is you can just use a different wave. If you use a sine wave, it will naturally go up at a curve, and then curve at the top, and then slowly go back down and curve at the bottom again. So that's how you naturally get it to fade in and out, just by using a different type of wave. I'm not going to show that because that's pretty self-explanatory, but there is another way of doing it which is a little bit different, but I think it gives you more control over the fading to me. So we're going to go into that and see how that works, which is getting a node called faded, or a node called fade. which should be in here. I have a lot of stuff on here, so it's gonna take me a while for me to find it. But once I find it, I promise I will come right back to you. Just give me a second. Alright, so I managed to find the node that we're looking for. It's called fade. You can see it's already here, but I just want to make sure you guys know where to find this node. So you want to come over to where it says XOD/core. So that's what you're looking for, XOD/core. And you want to scroll down to where you see, what's happening here? There we go. You want to scroll down to above where it says flip flop. You should see another node there called fade. Now you want to click on that, drag it over. We already did that, so don't worry about it. Well, you want to click on it, drag it over, and in the output you want to put to trigger, and then this part here, which does not have, oh yeah, it is output. Okay, so the output from the square wave goes to trigger of the faded, and then the output from the faded goes to luminosity of the LED. Click upload again. Wait a second. And you can see lights are blinking. And now it's done programming, and now you see it fades in and out. So if you want to control that fade, pretty simple. You come here to where it says rate. And the rate will allow you to adjust the speed of the rate. So the speed of the rate of the fading going up and down. So it will allow you to either make that tighter or make it, push it out a little bit more. So it takes longer for it to go up and down. So that's how you will control your fading. I feel like it gives you more control over the LED fading and all that stuff. But yeah, those are your two different ways to get an LED to fade. Either you use a different square wave or a different wave altogether, or you use a fade node, which is, for me, I feel like it's the best option because it gives you more control. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. I don't know what else to add to this besides just try it yourself and learn and practice. We are going to have more videos like this coming up in the future where we're going to be talking about LCDs, color LCDs, graphical LCDs. We'll also be talking about ultrasonic modules, radar modules, sensors, different types of sensors. Just everything that you can do with an Arduino Uno, even an Arduino Mega, which is going to be cool. We're just going to tackle it here. We're going to program it using Zod, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for this video series, and that's it. Peace out.